One of the most basic steps toward becoming a literate news consumer is to be able to spot journalism in a vast wilderness of information. Before you can determine whether a news report provides you with actionable information, it's necessary to be certain that the information in hand is in fact journalism. Here is our definition of journalism. Timely information of some public interest that is shared and subject to a journalistic process of verification, and for which an independent individual or organization is directly accountable. The terms highlighted in this definition describe the necessary elements that distinguish journalism from other kinds of information. Journalism can only be found where all three overlap. We define verification as the process that establishes or confirms the accuracy or truth of something. Journalists collect evidence with the goal of providing the most accurate version of events. For example, in a news report on a political bribery scandal, emails and recordings of phone calls between the corrupt politician and the parties bribing him would serve as powerful pieces of evidence. We define independence as freedom from the control, influence, or support of interested parties, coupled with a conscious effort to set aside any pre-existing beliefs and buttressed by a system of checks and balances that helps ensure journalistic impartiality. A journalist should report factual information without worrying if that information harms or helps powerful interests. Sometimes that is described as reporting without fear or favor. We define accountability as taking responsibility for one's work, acknowledging and correcting errors. Journalists take credit for their work so that news consumers know whom to contact with tips or complaints. If a news report contains errors, whether small ones like the misspelling of a name or large ones like misidentifying someone charged with wrongdoing, we expect the journalists and their news organizations to correct the errors and explain how and why they occurred. These three elements, verification, independence, and accountability, define journalism and distinguish journalism from all other kinds of information.